The first tournament of Fortnite Season 4 has officially concluded, and we had both Clix and MrSavage qualify to the finals of the EU Cash Cup. I'm also going to talk about the whole controversy with aim assist being gone and everything to do with that. We have a lot to talk about though, so subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. We're trying to hit 100k by the end of the year. Use code KDOG in the Fortnite item shop and support me even more. Follow me on my Twitter, KDOG, to keep up to date with everything to do with Fortnite competitive. Without further ado though, let's get straight into today's video. Alright, so this is like the first ever EU tournament I've really reviewed, so if you want more of these, just comment it down below. But how this tournament actually worked, it was the Performance Evaluation Cup, and it was basically like a Victory Duos Cup. Then I also have like the placements of everybody else that was able to place there, and this was only for like the top 1,000 duos in FNCS last season, so there was not really any like bad teams, so to say. These are all supposed to be like FNCS qualifying teams. So in first place of this tournament was Puzo and Panzer. They were able to win 2 out of the 4 games, because if you didn't know, there's only 4 games total in evaluation cups. They got back-to-back 8 elimination wins and then a 1 elimination 14th, and then they died off spawn. The next team to get a win was Demus and Pix. They got a 6 elimination 8th, a 1 elimination 29th, a 6 elimination 5th, and then a 5 elimination win to win the very last game. And then the final team to get a win was Lens and Reese. They got a 4 elimination 4th, 5 elimination 3rd, 6 elimination win, then a 2 elimination 35th. So honestly, a little bit of an underrated top 3 here. Not like the biggest names in EU, but still pretty well-known players, I feel like. Fourth place was Trulex and Chicho. They were the most consistent team to not be able to get a win. They got a 4 elimination 12th, 0 elimination 35th, 6 elimination 10th, and then 9 elimination 2nd. And then rounding out the top 5 was Robin and Kiro. 6th place was Zistru and Piro. 7th place was Sayaz and Scary. And then 8th place was actually Clix and Veno. Now Clix was on EU ping this whole tournament, playing on like 110 ping. Veno is still currently in EU though, so he was on like his 0 ping at his Europe setup. But looking at their match history, they got a 3 elimination 22nd, a 1 elimination 41st, a 7 elimination 2nd, which you're actually watching in the background right here, and then their final game was a 3 elimination 26th. At the beginning of this tournament, they really did show like early struggles of like a no mobility meta, because if you didn't know, the only real like mobility in this meta is like the jetpacks, and basically every single player is carrying a jetpack, but Clix literally just doesn't know how to use the jetpacks yet for some reason. If you guys were watching them last season, most of their strategy was like sit in the storm, get their storm surge from being in the storm, and then like crash pad with like a fizzberry out of the storm. But now, since there is literally like no rotation besides like fizzberry, I guess, then they were actually like dying because they were like edge of storm and they were just getting held out and there was no way for them to rotate in. We did see them slowly throughout the tournament though like adapt to the new meta and show that they can still be one of the best teams in a no mobility meta. They were also contested off spawn. I'm pretty sure they went like 2-1 off spawn or something like that. I think they are going to be uncontested at LAN now as well. Like the team that was contesting them originally for LAN, I'm pretty sure have left completely now, so it looks like they will be uncon at LAN as of right now. But even if they are contested, I still think this is a pretty underrated off spawn fighting team. I think they would do just fine. The rest of the top 10 is Zarbith and Dela in 9th, and then Mayhem and Jurdy in 10th. A team that was honestly quite disappointing today was Chap and Teeny. This was like one of the only teams landing at the Raft POI that was streaming that I could be able to watch. And you guys know how overpowered the Raft is. You get like 70 chests there, you get the reveal coin to see where all the other players are at on the map, as well as you just get insane loot. And they were uncontested one game and they weren't able to win. They finished with like a 6 elimination 6. Looking at their match history though, they got a 2 elimination 39th, a 4 elimination 6th, 3 elimination 18th, and then a 0 elimination 49th last game. I'll let the last game slide though, because literally the last game was just the most absolute grief fest thing I have ever seen. Literally every single team was just going the Raft. I feel like that's going to be the strategy in duo cash cups, or whenever a team is doing bad, they're just all going to go the Raft the last game. Tournaments are going to be difficult for the people that normally land Raft, like Peterbot and Poyo, because it's basically like tilted towers and compared to like how contested it is. Let's talk about Mongraal and MrSavage though, and they were able to qualify for their first tournament back on EU, so shout out to them for still being able to show that they can place on EU even after the great season they had on NA. In the finals, you could say they underperformed a little bit if you're just strictly looking at their placement, but that's why I want to explain a little bit of it for you. They finished in 26th place. They got a 5 elimination 13th, a 2 elimination 39th, a 0 elimination 48th, and then a 0 elimination 38th. But looking at that match history, they were actually contested every single game that they played. They went 2-1 off spawn. They didn't even really get to play that many end games at all. They still did look like insane off spawn fighters though. They should have been 3 3-0 at their drop spot, and then in the very last game they just landed Raft for fun. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest, the Raft off spawn fights can get drawn out for so long. It was just an absolute grief at Raft for the very last game, and they clearly like didn't know how to play it as well as some other teams, so that is why they were just dying off spawn there as well. I really wish we had an NA evaluation cup as well to see how good all the NA players are doing before globals, but unfortunately it is only for EU. And then the NA one is actually a reload cup, and that was supposed to be yesterday, but the reload cup didn't even work, so that is already not a good sign going forwards for like reload cups happening. Maybe they'll eventually switch the performance eval cups to like just regular tournaments, because we only do have one duo cash cup before globals, and I just don't feel like that is enough practice for the pros. If you're wondering what the meta is this season, it is definitely just carrying a jetpack for rotation in endgame, as well as just rotating in general in mid game. And then the striker burst SMG might be the meta as well for like weapons for getting surge. Let me know in the comment section which weapons you actually think are the most overpowered in this season, and what you guys think the meta is going to be from just like watching or playing. But to me, it is definitely the jetpacks are 100% going to be in the meta. Some things that I would maybe change for the meta to like fix it up a little bit would definitely be like maybe make the max amount of armored walls you can carry is like 3, so you have to be a little bit more strategic with how you play them, because a lot of people literally just spam the armored walls as soon as they get shot at, and fights can get so drawn out, and it's just impossible to kill someone that has like 8 armored walls. And then definitely removing that like turret thing that you can carry on your back. It's pretty much just like a carryable mech. It's really annoying to go against, and there's really no skill in it either. I don't think there should be an item like this in a season where we have a LAN event. I mean, you can keep it in pubs all you want, but it definitely should not be in competitive. I also saw a lot of people talking about the fact that aim assist is just completely gone now, and there is no aim assist in the new season. I know you guys probably saw like the teeny clip, but I'll show it up on the screen right now if you haven't already. He's basically just showing that he gets no aim assist with like any gun, and then Miro tweeted and he said, "Yo chat, is this real?" And he tweeted saying like a response from Epic Player Support, and they said, "Thanks for reaching out to Epic Game Player Support. I understand that you've encountered some issues using aim assist while on PC, and I can advise that this feature is a console specific feature and isn't available / enabled on PC." Now I'm pretty sure like this is either just a complete troll tweet and he like made this whole thing up, or this Epic employee just has no clue what they're talking about, meaning that there has like never been aim assist on PC when there was literally aim assist on PC last week. So I am like almost like 90% sure that this is just a bug and it is going to be coming back. When I was playing the game earlier, I play on controller and I literally did have aim assist myself, so it might just be a bug for a couple of people, but I think that this will get fixed sometime in the near future. I wouldn't believe that the people are saying that aim assist is just gone. That would be pretty dumb to me if they just did that out of nowhere for no reason. Like controller players are already like at a pretty big disadvantage compared to PC players nowadays, and taking away like the only thing that could really help them get an edge would just not be that smart for Epic Games to do. Other than that though, that is pretty much all for today's video. We don't really have any other like real tournaments for the next like 10 days, so I thought I would just make a video on the first tournament of the season. Let me know if you guys want more videos going over some of the EU tournaments in the future or not. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Hitting 100,000 subscribers will be like winning FNCS to me, so if you want to help me to be able to win FNCS, just turn on notifications and make sure you sub up if you're new. Use code KDOG in the Fortnite item shop and support me even more, especially when buying the brand new season's battle pass. It is by far the best way to support me. Follow me on my Twitter at KDOG to keep up to date with everything to do with Fortnite competitive. Thank God for another day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.